Hi, this is David Tierney, and we're going to take a look at how to edit and manage your WordPress website built with the Divi theme, which is what your website was built with, which is why you're watching this video. This is the first video in a series of tutorials, and in the first video, I simply wanted to show you the ease with which you can go in and edit some content to change some text or to add a picture to your website, because that's the thing you're going to be doing for the most part on a daily or weekly or monthly. You're going to do on a more regular basis than possibly expanding your website, adding new pages, creating different sections and columns and things like that. Let's start with the simplicity of it before we get into the complexity of it, so it doesn't seem overwhelming, and so you can see that's really not that complicated. So here's a test website I've created using WordPress and the Divi theme as the foundation. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to our login page, and we're going to type in our login credentials. And we're going to log into the website. And once we first get to the website, we're going to be presented on what's called the dashboard. And the title of every section of the admin area will always be up here on the left. And the same set of navigation topics will be down here, with the exception of maybe different ones added to the core WordPress ones, such as this Divi one right here. But what I'm going to recommend is, so we're going to go and edit some content on a page. Once you log in, I'm going to recommend that you go to the title of your website, which will always be up here in blue, and you can click on the blue or you can click on Visit Site. It takes you to the same place. And once you get there, you'll notice that there's a black bar up here above your website, and that allows you to quickly and easily go back and forth between the admin of your website, the admin area of your website, which is administrative area, and the front-facing website, which is what people see when they go to your website. And that's what I'm going to recommend, is that you come back to your website, what the part that you're familiar looking is, and find the page you want to edit from here, because it's easier, because you know your website and the navigation's been set up to be easy. So once we're here, we can say, let's say we want to go edit some content on our sample page. So we click there, we go to our sample page, and here we are on our sample page. And now from your website, from the front-facing, public-facing website, we can click on this Edit Page button, and it'll take us right to the editing of this particular page. And that'll happen wherever we go on the website. So my recommendation is you can also find these pages from within the admin area, and I'll show you that later. But the easy part is, if you go to your website and you just click on this and then you click on Edit Page, here you are where you can edit your page. And we're going to click on these little bars here, which takes us into the content area of this editor. And you want to be in visual mode. There's two modes, text mode, visual mode. By default, you will probably be in visual mode. It was only text because I was in there earlier. But for you, you're going to be in the visual mode. And then you can come in here and find the text you want to edit and just put your cursor in there, just like you would with any kind of text editor, and type something new. It's that simple. Maybe I want to bold the word something. Maybe I want to italicize the word italics, and maybe I want to create a bullet list that says 1, 2, 3. And I just highlight those words. I hit a bullet list, and we hit save, and then update. And then view page. There's our new words, bold, italics, here's our bullet points. And that's pretty much as simple as it gets, and that's really what you're going to be doing most of the time. Now, even though that's really simple, I am going to show you the other way where you can find the page that you want to edit, is to go into your admin area. Now you can always go to the main dashboard by just clicking on the title of your website, and they'll also give you some sub areas that you can go to here, but I'm keeping things simple now. You can click there, takes you back to your dashboard where you have your main topics and menus. The other way you can go to find a page to edit in your website is actually to go to here where it says pages. when you put your cursor over it, it will show you two topics. One is all pages, so meaning it's going to list all your pages, and the other one is to add a new page. So we're going to click on all pages, and it shows us here are all the web pages on the website. And so here's sample page, that's the one we wanted to edit, and I can either click on the word sample page or I can click on the word edit. It'll take me to the same place, which is where we were earlier. So those are two different ways you can get to a particular page you want to edit in your website. My recommendation is to go to your, to go the way that I first showed you, but at least you have two options now, and that makes it a little flexible. Now the next thing I want to show you is that there are two different kinds of editors that you will have with your Divi theme. One is using the Divi Builder. Now the Divi Builder allows you to be able to create complex layouts. Let's go to the home page of this website. We've got what's called a row and a column. We've got a row here that goes across, and columns go up and down. So we've got this row where it's kind of broken in half. We've got a half here and a half over here. And then below here, we've got another row which is broken up into three columns. 1, 2, 3. You can't really create complex layouts like that. You can only pretty much have one main column and a side column in your standard WordPress websites. So what Divi allows us is to be able to create these complex layouts. And you can even have this whole section with the white background, and then down below it you can have another whole section with a different colored background to sort of break up a section of the website. And again, you can have, this one has two columns, and so you can really create a lot of complex layouts, and that's the power of being able to use Divi on your website. But in some cases you may just want a very simple page layout, and you may not use the Divi Builder, and you don't have to, and it may be that you go and edit a page, go to edit a page on your website, and you're not using the Divi Builder. Well, what will that look like? Well, here's what it looks like. Here, we'll go back to what the Divi Builder looks like, where it says use default editor. This is kind of a toggle, allows you to go back and forth between the default WordPress editor and the Divi Builder. And so in this one, the Divi Builder is activated, and it says the Divi Builder here, and it's in purple, and you've got these different boxes inside. You've got this one big text box, which is what we clicked on here to edit the content. But if you go to the default editor, this is what it would look like if we didn't use the Divi Builder, and you just simply have one content area. And again, it's actually simpler. You have your content, it's right here, and you can just go ahead and edit your content just like you did before. You've got some editor buttons up here just like we did before that you can use to format it, create headers and things like that. But that's what it will look like. It will look a little simpler, but you won't have the ability to be able to create those complex layouts. So if it's possible on your website that maybe your blog uses just this more simpler layout, because oftentimes blogs don't require complex layouts, and so then maybe your blog was this way. And this, for example, is what's called a blog post. You have both blog posts and blog and pages for your website. And if you don't have a blog on your website, then you won't have blog posts. You'll just have pages. But if you do have a blog, then they're called posts instead of pages. And you would go here to posts in the menu as opposed to pages to see all the pages like we did before. And you can list all the posts. And when you go to edit a post, it looks just like it does when you're editing a page. Just a few different options over here that are specific to blog posts as opposed to blog pages. But otherwise, it looks the same. This is what it would look like if you were editing a page using the default WordPress editor. So I think that's pretty much enough for this tutorial. The ease in which you go to your website, you find the page you want to edit, you come in here and you find the text you want to edit and you edit it. In the default WordPress editor, it looks like this. In the Divi Builder, you'll look for this kind of grayish box. You'll click here, and that will give you the ability to be able to edit your text. And you hit your save. There's a blue update button over here on the right, and that's all there is to it. All right, come back for the next tutorial when you're ready, and we'll get started with something new.